Yes, it is, and don't you forget it. So here we go. Let's just sit together for a moment, a little cross-legged, if that feels comfortable. If you notice that you feel immediately tight in the hips, sit up on a blanket or sit up on a cushion. And I'm going to just begin with a little bit of rocking. So moving your pelvis forward and back, and just feeling that almost like a little undulation, like a wave. You can rock your body. Good. And maybe you'll feel some deep exhales down there. I'm going to let the rest of my spine kind of undulate with that low spine. Good. And feel the belly muscles connecting. And kind of that undulation really helps you feel how your belly muscles support your low back. And so from here, let's go ahead, pause, and now move the rib cage just a little bit side to side. Good, and just pay attention to what you feel. So as the ribs are moving side to side, these muscles across the low back are stretching, and also into the hips as you anchor the hips down. Good, so let's leave our hands here at the hips for a moment and roll the shoulders. And feel just that space in between your shoulder blades. Roll them the other way. Good. Let's roll one forward and roll back and just find a little space in there. Good. And then we're going to go ahead, sweep and take your arms all the way up. And we'll come stretch, reach forward, out, and sit tall. So you can come stretch forward with the arms out and up. Try that one more time. Good. And then let's walk our fingertips away from us on the floor here. Follow the right hand and take the top arm up and check your neck so you can look at one pinky and then the other pinky. Good. And then we'll inhale, sit tall, walk the fingertips out. Good. And then look at one pinky and then the other. Good. And then from here, we're going to exhale, take a twist. I'll take my left hand to my right knee and just make some space. Take another big breath. Inhale and exhale. Twist, reaching, looking behind me. Good. Inhale. And then I want to change the cross of the legs here for a moment. And now let's move the hands behind the head and a few times. So again, if you're thinking about health of these tissues up here, doing a lot of movement, elbow pulling in and exhale coming up and pulling in, feeling a stretch to the back of the neck and then right back up. We'll try that one more time, coming down and exhale, stretching up. Now with the hands behind the head, once again, rock the rib cage. Rock, rock, rock. And you can feel yourself ground down through your sitting bones. Good. And then with the hands behind the head, let's give a little twist to the right. Inhale and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, let's hold this twist to the right. Take the left hand to the right knee and pull at the knee and let your head come up and feel a big stretch in the armpit area. So just letting all that lymph fluid move back towards your thoracic duct. So just so we know, movement is really, really good for the health of the lymphatic system. So getting all these parts here. Not a bad use of time for first twisting and letting the head go and feeling that stretch into the shoulder, through the chest, even down into the breastbone. Good. So now let's exhale. I just want you to kind of shimmy, 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 move it forward. Good. Forward and back. And then let's unfold the two legs and just sit up for a moment once again. So it might feel nice to kind of rock on your sitting bones. Good. And then I'm going to let my hands kind of reach out towards my shins. Take one shoulder towards an ankle. Inhale, a big breath takes you up. Exhale, stretching towards the opposite shin. Inhale up and exhale, come across your body. This time, if you like, you can create a little sweep. So we'll move across, move through the center, and I don't know about your back, but my back is saying, give me thumbs up if this works for you. It's good for my back. Ay, muy bien, pulgares. Good. So then from here, let's take your two arms up. Now I'm going to reach an arm behind me and again, open the chest. Inhale and exhale. Stretch, reach over, inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming all the way over. One more time, inhale up, and exhale, a long stretch. Beautiful. Take your two palms together for a moment, and then let's tuck the left heel in towards the pelvis. The arms can stretch, and we'll reach over the leg. Inhale, come up nice and tall, reach away from that leg. And once again, maybe you'll open a little more deeply, getting blood flow. Beautiful. Inhale, coming nice and tall once again, tucking the opposite leg in. Good. Inhale, a big reach towards your extended leg. And then we're going to open the chest and reach away from the extended leg. Good. Let's inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, open two legs and just kind of lightly right, left, right, left, right, left. Good. And then we're going to walk our fingertips out here. Move your toes if you can. Just move them back. So you're like if you're going to put your pinky toe on the floor. And then from here, I'm going to sweep my ribs to side to side. And now reach and take the sternum up. So let this stretch out. And exhale, we can roll that back. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, rolling back one more time. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, let's open the arms. Take a twist towards your right leg. Take the left hand across the body. A big stretch. So feeling the back lengthen out. And then we'll inhale, take that arm up. And we're going to open and twist towards the opposite side. Good. And then we'll inhale, floating that up. Let's fold at the knees once again, and then sort of W sit towards the right. So I'm going to bring my fingertips just over my right shin bone and lightly rock and roll the pelvis forward and back. So we're stretching, getting blood flow through the spine, and also creating a little release through the hip. Good. And then I want to just open the arm up and then essentially do that same movement. So you stretch and reach, lift it up, and come down. So the tailbone's going to come up. We'll stretch the hip, lower down, steady and easy. Inhale, stretch, reach the hip up, opening the chest. Good. Then we'll take our hands here to the shoulders for a moment. Roll the shoulders. Roll the other way. Inhale, tap a knee. And I'm going to take my elbow and reach. Oh, that feels so good. I hope it feels good too. I'm reaching and then tapping over. Inhale and exhale over. And then we're going to twist towards one leg. Inhale back to the center. Twist towards the other leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Twisting towards that original leg. Once again, your right leg. Just come and rest over the leg for a few breaths. Letting the hips release in this position. Noticing where there might be a little tightness. One more big breath. And inhale, we're going to come up and just change the position of the two legs. You're just rolling to the other side. And then same thing, you can round and extend from the tailbone. And you might notice this stretches the psoas as you go. The leg bent back here. Good. You can take the hands out beyond the shin bone and just feel release. Good. And then from here, we'll take that front arm, open up, and reach behind you. Push. So leaning back here might feel nice. And then we're going to exhale, lift up. Inhale. And exhale, lift up. Inhale. And exhale, lift up. Good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead, take your two hands to your shoulders and just roll. Continue to move the joints and thereby create a little more circulation. Good. Take it the other way. Good. And then we're going to come tap one elbow to a knee, one elbow to a knee. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to twist, twist, twist. Inhale and exhale. Twist, 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 twist. Inhale and exhale. Twist. Good. One more time. And then let's pause, stretch, extend, bring the arms forward, and let yourself just hang out over this leg for a moment. Okay, and from here, pressing up after your next exhale, bring the two legs. And take your hands for a moment to your feet and just let the head go. Just let the body relax. And then we're going to inhale, sit up, and slowly, slowly, slowly make our way down to the floor. Opposite hand to elbow. Let's take the knees to the right and the arms to the left, and then change. So the knees will go to the left and then the arms to the right. Good. So just get a little stretch across the body. We'll push down through the feet to help release the hips. Oh. Inhale through your center, exhale into that. Let's now take your palms and your feet together and just a few times open and close your legs, open and close the arms. And now we're going to pause with the arms open and the legs open. And just take a few little circles here with the arms. And we'll let them circle in the opposite direction. Good. And then if you like, see if you can do some figure eights with the arms in the air. So you feel a rotation in the shoulder. And then reversing those figure eights as the hips release. Good. Let's do a little bit of reaching through the wrists, almost like your arms were on a bicycle. And you'll just pump again, keeping that movement. The hips are opening. And then exhale, arms into your side. We'll feed our feet. And just lightly tap the balls of the feet, the toes, right, left, right, left. And exhale, lift the hips together. Give a few big breaths here to the hips lifted. And you could slowly articulate the vertebra of the spine, letting that come down. Rock and roll the pelvis down here. So this is a great little low back release, just tucking the pelvis up, letting it lift, feeling a little stretch in the hips. Then exhale, letting it come down. Little tailbone lift. Good. And then follow that tailbone up once again as you press the feet into the floor. 10 toes facing the short edge of the mat. Now, if you'd like, you could walk the palms a little closer together. Inhale, take the two arms out into a T shape as the pelvis lowers down. Then the right leg is going to come across you. Take the ankle to the thigh, and then just rock the hips a few times here. Again, deep exhales. And then we're going to push your left foot so you can tap the ball of the foot, the heel, and then sweep the arms into your sides. Let the pelvis come up and really stretch that hip out. We'll exhale, lower all that down gently. Interlace the fingers around the left thigh. And again, you can just rock the back just a little. If it feels nice to kind of move that femur bone in a little closer to you, really stretch out the back of the hip. Good. So now we'll take that right foot, place it on the floor, take the left ankle to the right thigh, open the arms back out into a T shape, and let's just slowly rock. Oh. Letting your exhales elongate your movement and vice versa. And then let's pause with that weight centered, and you'll tap the ball of the foot, tap the heel, ball to heel. And then as you feel ready, lift the pelvis up and bring the palms underneath you. Really use that right foot to get a big stretch in the hip. So you push down to lift. And then exhale, release. The pelvis comes down. Two hands to the right thigh. And then a light little rocking. You'll notice as the weight rocks to the right, you might feel a deeper stretch in the hip. Inhale, and we'll just move side to side here a few times. And then let's unfold the two legs. Just hug the knees over your chest for a moment here. Feeling a stretch in the front of the hips. And then we're going to take the two arms out once again, and you can let the knees kind of reach towards the elbows and then right back up. So the knees will stretch to the side. Then you might feel that as a stretch in your chest and armpit and through your center. You can take your gaze opposite the knees. Inhale, moving through the center, and exhale, creating that little twist. So then let's take a moment to just circle the legs. So they'll circle all the way around, and then we'll let one leg circle one way, the other leg circle in. And you can change, reverse that direction. We'll hold the two knees parallel and then just lightly bicycle the legs. Good. So you'll find extension through the front of the legs, and that's going to help you stretch out the backs of the legs. So really focus on extension through one leg as you bend through the other. Extension through one leg as you bend through the other. And you can reverse. Feeling that movement all the way connected into the belly. Good. And then I'm going to just circle my ankles in. Woo. Chatty ankles. Circle the other way. One heel, I'll stretch. I'm going to point the toes and then flex the opposite foot. So point and flex and point and flex and point and flex and point and flex. Good. Let's inhale once again. Take the hands to the knees. And let the head and chest come up when you can look down there. We'll take the hands behind the head down. Really let the neck stretch. We'll exhale, set the head down, press the arms in, and try just a few times lightly scooping the tailbone now up from the floor so that deep belly pulls in, supports you. Or just try this one more time. And then we're going to set the left foot down and just take your hands for a moment behind the right calf. And if you pointed, now give that foot a flex. Take the left hand to the left thigh and then let's open the two legs away from one another. Inhale and let that leg come across the midline. And then go ahead, let the leg fold, top leg fold, and the knees go that way, the hips can go that way, and your gaze can go the opposite. Inhale, bringing those legs up, uncrossing. And let's exhale, take your hands here for a moment to the left shin. Right hand to the right thigh. Let's let the legs open away from each other. We'll now let the left leg cross the midline, and you'll first just stretch the leg out before we bend. Give a big stretch to the outer thigh. Then we'll fold at the knee. Let the knees continue to move down and your gaze move in the opposite direction. Come back to the center and uncross the legs. Take two arms up and then roll. So this is me coming onto my right side. We'll take the top hand to the hip. How to open and close. So you'll squeeze your 2 feet together and let the top knee open. So let's see now if we can hold the leg open and then extend just at the knee. Exhaling into that extension. Good. And then from here, we'll lift that leg all the way up. Hand here can come to the foot. Again, if it feels nice to kind of lightly rock. We can extend the bottom leg. We can now take the top foot to the bottom thigh and exhale, lift up. Let's go ahead now, exhale, let the top knee come down. And then with the top arm, you'll circle, circle, circle. Really feel that space where the arm can reach away. And take it the other way. And then we'll do a little figure 8. And figure 8 the other way. And then maybe use that arm and that twist to come all the way. You've opened your torso away from your 2 legs. And then we're going to tuck everything underneath this push up and find ourselves moving on to the other side. So begin with the 2 legs squeezing together, and then the top knee will open and close. And really use the exhale to find the opening. Feel that connection into the hip. Good. So then from there you can hold and then extend at the knee. Again, feeling a steady pelvis, steady knee joint, and then a gentle extension. Let's hold the extension of the knee. Find the hand and the foot coming together. The big reach out. Good. We'll let the bottom leg extend. And then the top leg can float down. Find the bottom leg and we can lift up. leg can float down, or bottom leg floats down, top leg floats down also. And then let's just circle with the arm. Let it free up the neck and shoulder. And we'll circle in the other direction. And then also make figure eights. Just letting the joints kind of glide in that movement. Feeling behind the shoulder. Good. Exhale, extend and reach. Extend and reach. Good. The arm can now float behind you. And your chest can open up away from the knees. And then we'll exhale, extend, and just roll for a moment onto the belly. So right here, take a second to rock and roll just your hips side to side. And then feel the tailbone curl under and feel the strength in the glutes and the backs of the legs. 2. Try it one more time. Holding the pelvis now nice and steady. Just bend one knee and then let the leg extend, bend the other knee. And feel how is your kneecap, the back of the leg. So, Margarita, con cuidado, pero pon atención en cómo está la rodilla. Good, so now let's bend 2 knees, just down a few times, again, feeling that connection to the glute and your hamstring. Cross your right leg over the left, and try the same thing just a few times. So bend and straighten the knees with the right leg crossed over the left. Good. Now we'll change the cross of the legs, left leg crossed over the right. And again, you create a little resistance here. So the top leg is pushing into the bottom leg and vice versa. And that'll help us connect your glutes and hamstrings. Good. So now we'll extend the 2 legs, take the 2 arms out, kind of into a Y shape. Push back with the hands, let the head come up. Chin over one shoulder, over the other shoulder. Ear towards each shoulder. Good. And then from here, I'm going to lower my head. Let my arms move a little closer. And the head comes down and up. And then we'll exhale, let the elbows float here into the floor for just a moment. Once again, we'll bend the 2 knees and just let the head and reach back towards the heels and press down with the arms so the front of the throat really stretches. From here, we're going to scoop up through your belly, tuck the knees in underneath you, and then let the head come down and the tailbone go up. From here, I'll let the top of my head come into the floor, and then just a few times I'm going to rock the weight forward and back. And then from here, I'm going to let the weight rest on my head and then let the arms come up overhead with my palms connected. from here, I'm going to press my hands into the floor. Take my right arm back behind me, create a little twist, scoop into my center. And reach. Oh. And then pushing with the hand. Exhale. Trying this stretch on the opposite side. And then from here, I'm going to just let my low back move in a little bit and then move back. And again, you can find that undulation of the spine, which really helps get those muscles. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and take the big toes apart, or the big toes together, the knees apart, and then let the body melt down. We'll inhale, come up quickly, and let's exhale and slide just your right leg forward. And you can once again just rock out the hips a little bit, side to side. And now maybe you've got a little bit more space in the hips and you can come float down over this leg. Top arm, or if you've got your right leg bent in front, you can take your right arm onto the back. Once again, I'll take my hands back into the floor and do a little press reach up and maybe feel this as a deep stretch in the front of my hips. And then pressing, curling my back toes underneath me, I'll slide the right leg and then draw the left leg forward. Once again, rocking the hip side to side. Seeing if you can find a gentle release there. And then we'll come and stretch out over that leg. The palms can pull back. And we're going to let the throat and neck stretch up, creating a little arch. Good. And then from here, let's just take that back leg and slide it in. And now let the soles of the feet move together. And then you can come stretch your head towards the feet. Again, this forward bend can create a lot of release in our back. You can inhale, come up, go extend the two legs, take the two arms up and over, and another long release for your low back. And then holding on to that stillness, that space we make when we forward bend, let's come down to the mat. And I'm going to encourage you for a moment to just bring the palms over your eyes. And you can let your exhales lengthen out. I'm now going to take my thumbs and just press in around my jaw and the ear. So there's some pressure points in here, and if you can kind of activate them, it can create a little release. Feel kind of good. So right around the jaw, just pressing in with your thumb. And you can take your fingers to your temples and rub in just a little. And work the pinkies in right around your fronts of the eyebrows, beginnings of the eyebrows, right at the bridge of the nose. Just press, press, press. And then when you feel ready, let the arms float down to your sides and we'll take a few big breaths together. When you feel ready, just begin to lightly wiggle your fingers, your toes. Circle the ankles and the wrists. Drawing the arms, taking the arms up overhead. Knees in. Hugging the knees over your chest. And then rocking to one side. Pressing up to find seated. And we'll bring our palms together before the heart, bowing the head, closing the eyes. Your practice is a gift. Everyone, thank you. Enjoy your evening. Namaste.